So this episode of Nevada Outback was filmed in collaboration with the Nevada State Parks. I want to make something perfectly clear. Drone flying at this park is 100% prohibited. We were given special permission and exclusivity to come out here and film this park. I just want to make that clear. It is not allowed. Do not do what we're doing with your equipment without permission of the state of Nevada. This week on Nevada Outback, we are here at Fort Churchill State Historic Park, one of Nevada's hidden treasures out here in Lyon County. We're going to show you everything there is to know about this place. Join us here on Nevada Outback.
Yo!
What are you doing, man? You still in bed?
I don't know.
Are you kidding? You're still in bed. Are you kidding me right now? I told you, 4:30 at Fort Churchill. I'm about a half an hour out.
Goodness. It's definitely come across my thought process sometimes on a Saturday after a long work week. What are we doing at 4 o'clock in the morning? Oh, this is 100% passion. It's definitely something we like to do, because sleeping in would be ideal right now. There's a lot of, I wish you guys could see the behind the scenes. How do I say this? There's a lot of logistical stuff that goes like haywire, and then there's lots of just, the behind the scenes is just kind of insane. I can't imagine a major project. The nightmares and just the things that come up, just the, I don't know, I'll be frank, the BS. We ran into some BS last night. This is fun though, trust me. And I know Ken thinks it's fun too.
Nice of you to join us.
Yeah.
How are we doing this morning?
We're good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It's gonna be a great morning.
Should be. This sunrise. Perfect.
Yeah, it is. I've never been here, have you?
No.
What are we doing?
Huh?
I said, what are we doing?
Getting ready to go exploring.
Exploring?
This is just, so now we just hit this. Talk to me. There we go. Now watch this here. Boom.
Oh, you can control from your phone?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, Bluetooth's on.
Been here 10 seconds and I already got to beep them out. right now you're inside of a quartermaster's house. The construction began on Fort Churchill on July 20th, 1860. Now, Fort Churchill was named after Sylvester Churchill, the Inspector General of the U.S. Army at the time. So construction was completed in 1861. The primary purpose for this fort was protection of early settlers and protecting the Pony Express Trail.
So the average strength of this fort was 200 soldiers. And in 1869, the fort shut down and it sold at auction for $750 after the state declined to take possession of the fort.
So in 1860, a band of Paiutes came down from Pyramid Lake and attacked Williams Station in retaliation to the attack, kidnapping, and brutal assault of 2 young Paiute girls. In retaliation to that, there were some volunteer soldiers that went up there and started the Pyramid Lake War, which they lost badly.
Then Captain Joseph Stewart came along with a larger band of U.S. regulars, and they defeated the natives at the Second Pyramid Lake War.
Okay. I just had a gnat go right in my eye.
Oh, I'm glad you held it because I got it.
So these wars were the catalyst to actually build Fort Churchill. Kind of the reason behind it. After about 3 or 4 years, this actually got downgraded from a fort to just a supply depot. Because after the Second Pyramid Lake War, there was really no reason for them to be here anymore.
Oh, she shut down. Now.
So what are we doing here, Wes?
Well, this is where technology meets creativity.
Yeah?
So I'm gonna pan this rubble.
Betty? Is that gonna get your handle in there?
Nah.
Your grip?
There we go. Look at that. Look at that.
Look at that intensity.
Look at that.
Look at that intensity.
Stop.
God, he looks so serious. Now, Fort Churchill was fortunate in having a hospital and a surgeon, since most comparable forts had none of those things. This hospital had limited space, only 1 matron, so they assume it only had around 20 beds. Now, in 1862, the Army regulation allowed 1 matron per 20 beds. Now, this hospital was always full, usually just with cases of the common cold and pneumonia. But sometimes there were outbreaks of measles and smallpox. So this is the guardhouse. Offenders were confined to this place for anywhere from a few days to 6 months. The most common offense, go figure, was being drunk. Now, the prisoners were shackled in at night, but assigned laborious duties during the day. Basically, they cleaned up after everyone else.
Hey, guy. Can I get some bail money?
No. You got too drunk last night, man. It's not happening. What do you think this is? The powder. Oh, that's well, that makes sense. That's
Now-
where they kept all the stuff that goes boom.
That's the type of room.
But look at it. It looks like someone messed up and
Yeah.
lit a cigarette or something.
This is a man's powder room.
Again, cheesy.
I can't help it. So now we're at the hot spot of Fort Churchill, the bakery.
Did you have breakfast, bro?
I actually did have something that was a pastry, Pop-Tarts.
That's healthy.
Interesting. I mean, it is cool. You could see, well, this is all like mud bricks, but then you can see actual bricks. So imagine in 1860s, this was your home if you were in the army. This is a barrack. This is you can only imagine how many troops are in here. People all bunked up, having good times, laughing, waiting to go to war, whatever they were doing. But as I always say again, they had awesome real estate. Cool. So yeah, this is Barrack Row. This is where all the barracks. Behind us, that was a mess hall. And it's of course destroyed due to nature, everything else. Me, I'd want this barrack so I was closer to the kitchen.
You can tell. So at any given time, there was 200 men stationed here. Now, unlike other forts around the area, the men here actually got their own bed. That was a luxury here. They actually got beds filled with straw. That was a dream come true for some of the soldiers.
Now, a lot of these buildings, they're, from what I understand, the state or the historical societies came in and fixed them and tried to preserve them as much as they can, keep them, with the aged look. But when you come out here, you'll see the old construction of what they actually did. It's awesome.
Later on in the day, my children joined us here at Fort Churchill, and I didn't expect them to be so excited. They literally ran from the car, past the trail, didn't even get on the trail, straight into the ruins. And they were at awe of the history here. After talking to them for a minute, calming them down, I said, hey, I'm gonna follow you guys around with the camera. And it was amazing just to see the wonder in their eyes as they ran from building to building, just imagining what it was like to be here. What it was like to live here. You could tell they were enthralled by this experience. Later we met up with Kristen Sanderson, Fort Churchill's park interpreter. And she took the kids on a very special tour inside of the museum and explained in amazing detail
This is our Fort Churchill Museum.
the history of this place. And again, the things that happened here, you could see inside their minds. They were totally there.
Process. Here in the desert, we don't have a lot of natural building materials. So they settled on adobe brick, a material that we have in abundance of here in the desert.
guys think?
That was.
Did you tell your friends in school to come?
Yeah.
Cool. So bring your kids here. A lot to learn. Right. Don't you feel smarter?
Yeah.
He's super smart. Now he's going to be a doctor. All right, so that sums it up for Fort Churchill. Great place to come. They got fishing, camping, picnicking. They got a great museum. They got great staff here, knows what's going on. And we actually also heard that they got wonderful family activities that they do here on special occasions. So check them out on Facebook. Fort Churchill has their own Facebook, and they list their events on there.
Yeah. I want to send out a huge shout out to Kristen, the park interpreter here. Gave us a bunch of information and a bunch of access to this site. It's been a great place to come, bring the family, and we just want to say thank you to Nevada State Parks and Fort Churchill, all the staff here. Bring your families, you'll have a great time. Thank you for joining us on this week's episode of Nevada Outback here at Fort Churchill. We'll see you next time.
Get out and explore, and remember, leave no trace.